A Johannesburg pupil fighting's spirit has seen him beat the odds and achieve top marks in his Matric finals. Antonio Aristides was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer early last year. Doctors were unsure if he could write his Matric finals because he was undergoing chemotherapy. But the former Saheti pupil decided not to throw in the towel and gave his final year his best shot. He achieved 8 distinctions and plans to go on to study engineering. Newzroom Afrika's Malungelo Booi caught up with him.
Antonio Aristides and his friends are breathing a sigh of relief. They have all passed their independent examination board exams, with their school achieving a 100% pass rate while raking in 242 distinctions. But for Aristides, achieving 8 A symbols has come as a shock. A few months ago, on a July winter's day, he was diagnosed with cancer. He was really sick, and the illness made it virtually impossible for him to sit for his final exams.
In July, I was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's a cancer of the lymph nodes. And I was diagnosed at the beginning of my prelim exams in July, and the doctor didn't know if I was going to be able to finish Matric.
So despite the bad news, Antonio made the brave decision to go ahead and finish Matric. Despite being on cancer treatment and feeling sick, he made time to study.
Often going towards chemotherapy sessions, I would study up until that point, and then also while I was doing my actual chemotherapy, I would also study while I was there.
Aristides says support from his family, friends and the school was hugely important and gave him the added strength he needed. But ultimately, it was his unwavering pledge not to give in to sickness and his determination to keep moving forward that powered him through.
Well, I think I've got quite a stubborn personality in that sense, so when I said I'm going to do it, I really meant it. So, I mean, it was quite scary going through all these experiences and everything, but I mean, everyone goes through challenges in their lives and you've just got to get through with it, and you can't really let those block what you really want to do in life.
His proud family says Antonio showed immense strength.
The fact that it was stage 4 was very scary. We didn't know which cancer it was. We noticed the change. He became very, very weak. He was a super sportsman. Eventually he couldn't walk, he couldn't move. And obviously we went through the normal treatments, antibiotics, so doctors didn't know what it was. And eventually one of the doctors forced us to do the right test. And we discovered it was cancer. It was extremely scary because you never think something like this visits your family. You always think that happens to everybody else. But unfortunately God puts things in your way that you have no control over and you have to deal with it.
How do you deal with it?
Yeah, I think Antonio dealt it for us. His strength and the commitment to carrying on had a lot to do with his discipline.
For now, the 19-year-old is continuing with his cancer treatment, and as has always been the case, he is refusing to be dragged down by the stage 4 diagnosis. So when the academic year begins in a few weeks' time, he intends to be ready to continue the fight, this time for first-year engineering. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Malungelo Booi in Johannesburg.